Total Recast.
Welcome to Total Recast, the series in which I take movies with questionable casting choices and recast all the major roles, including the ones I thought were cast well to begin with. Today I'll be looking at Street Fighter. The 1994 film starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia, and many others. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen Street Fighter, I suggest you do so before watching this video. Do I suggest you see Street Fighter? It's kind of fun. I mean, it's not a good movie, but is it so bad it's good? Not really. Though it is funny at times, it doesn't really fly as a comedy, and it doesn't really work as an action movie either. There are some pretty good performances, and there are brief moments of actual entertainment, but for the most part, it's just boring. But a lot of people have seen this movie, myself included. I'm pretty sure I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I did watch it again recently. And not for this video. I was a fan of the video games upon which this movie is very loosely based. And I was a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, but even then I felt like he was miscast. The character he plays, Guile, is a real all-American sort of guy, sort of like a Captain America type of character. Needless to say, Jean-Claude Van Damme's Belgian accent doesn't work.
You know what, for a minute, you're almost useful.
At the time Van Damme was pretty much at the height of his popularity. I do believe that Van Damme drew some people into the theaters, but I also think his casting was a huge mistake. Van Damme is charismatic and a good actor, but simply not believable as Guile.
Any other new business?
Playing things for laughs is fine, but if the character is completely unconvincing, it takes you out of the world of the film. Van Damme was paid $8 million, a huge chunk of the film's $35 million budget. But in reality, he cost the film much more. At the time, Van Damme had a massive cocaine problem, which resulted in numerous delays in filming. The late Raul Julia plays the villainous Bison. Villainous Bison. Sounds like some kind of spicy hamburger. His performance is one of the most enjoyable things in the film. He goes way over the top, but since he's playing a cartoonish, power-mad dictator, it kind of works.
Carlos Blanca will be the first of many. They shall march out of my laboratory and sweep away every adversary, every creed, every nation, until the very planet is in the loving grip of the Pax Bisonica.
Julia was reportedly paid very well for the film. I couldn't find out exactly how much, but apparently his and Van Damme's combined salaries ate up nearly the entire casting budget. Julia was hot at the time, having starred in the very successful Addams Family films. Sadly, and much to his credit, he was battling cancer at the time, and passed away before the film's release. The film was posthumously dedicated to his memory. Though Julia made a great contribution to the film, his poor health was a strain on the production, as his scenes could only be shot when he was well enough to work. At the risk of sounding crass, I don't think Julia was worth the money. This is not a slight on the man, his performance, or his ability. My point is simply that no one went to see Street Fighter because he was in it. You could argue that the casting of Van Damme had little effect on the box office returns as well. Mortal Kombat had no big stars, and made over $122 million on its $20 million budget. Street Fighter cost $15 million more and made $20 million less. One could assume that Street Fighter was given a bigger budget due to the inclusion of Van Damme and Julia. Also, Mortal Kombat is a superior film, but I contest that people went to see those films because they were fans of, or at least familiar with, the games that those films were based on. Street Fighter's rush production faced many challenges. Capcom, the video game company that created the Street Fighter games, had a stipulation that nearly all the characters from the game needed to be included in the movie. They were faced with harsh weather conditions. Actors with little or no martial arts ability needed to be trained very quickly to perform fight choreography on film. I really empathize with the writer-director Steven E de Souza. He had to work extremely hard to keep the production going, and wound up with a product that very few people enjoyed. De Souza even gave up his paycheck to help pay for the production. Well, on to the recasting. Because of the massive ensemble cast, I'm only going to provide one alternate actor for each role, so that I may cover all the characters in a timely manner. Ryu, or as everyone in the movie refers to him, Ryu. Ryu is played by Byron Mann in the film. He plays things straight and manages to be convincing.
Good evening, Sagat. Quite a party. Didn't anyone tell you there's a curfew?
Dean Cain. At the time, Cain had just started his run as Superman on the TV series Lois and Clark. I thought he was half Japanese, but apparently he's only like a quarter or something.
Wait. An ultrasonic signal. That must be their triggering mechanism. Fortunately, light travels faster than sound.
Ken. Ken is one of the weaker castings.
Here you go, Sagat. I owe you
If I hadn't met you, I might have become you.
He's not a bad actor, just miscast. And his fight scenes are pathetic. Lauren Avedon.
We need a fighter, but we'll pay you as an actor.
How much does an actor get paid?
A lot of you out there are going to be going, who? But a select few of you are going to be saying, ah, yes.
Thanks for the compliment. I'll give you the address to my fan club.
Avedon, like Van Damme, starred in martial arts movies in the late 80s and early 90s. Unlike Van Damme, he would have worked cheap. Martial arts fans will probably remember him from King of the Kickboxers.
I will send you to hell to join your brother. I've been there for 10 years!
You know what might be fun for Ryu and Ken? Having one actor play both parts. Bear with me here. In the early games, they were little more than palette swaps. Basically the same sprites with different hair and different clothes. Not even different clothes, just different colored gis. One wore red, one wore white. Though on second thought, it might have been an added strain on the production. It could have confused the audience if it was too hard to distinguish one character from the other. What's confusing about it? They wear different colors. One's got dark hair, the other's blonde. It would work just fine. Maybe you're right. I'm going to Burger King. You want something? I thought you were on a diet. It's my cheat day. Every day is his cheat day. I heard that. E. Honda, the sumo wrestler character. The actor they got did a fine job.
I'm sumo, brother. My body could be in one place, my mind another.
The character in the film is Samoan, while the original is Japanese. There have been many successful sumo wrestlers from Samoa, including my alternate choice, Akebono. Akebono became the first foreign Yokozuna in 1993. Yokozuna is basically like the grand champion. And if he didn't want the part, I'm sure he could have recommended someone. Vega. Vega has only a couple of lines and has his mask on for half of them. I don't know if this was due to the actor's limitations or the script just didn't give him much to say. I think he was well cast. Basically, you just see a good looking guy. Gerardo, the Rico Suave guy. He was already known for going around shirtless and wearing tight pants, and his dancing ability would have helped with the fight stuff. I think he became like a minister or something. What's with all these musicians turning into ministers? Sagat. Another well-cast role, Wes Studi is believable as a cage fighter turned crime boss.
All that's left is revenge.
Arnold Vosloo. You'll recognize Vosloo from the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies.
Because I know you wouldn't want to hurt my feelings.
He's bigger than Studi, and I think that he would have come off as more threatening.
Randall, I come back here. I cut me a steak.
Blanca.
Charlie, it's me. I'm your friend, William. William.
Meryl Streep. Just kidding. Anybody, just anybody. He's a green guy with makeup. Balrog. The actor they got looks the part and did a fine job.
Looks like that other signal is aimed right back here. A in headquarters.
Here?
Michael Jai White. White played Mike Tyson in a TV movie. He's a good actor and a capable martial artist.
What the hell is going on here? When?
Priorities have changed, Al.
There's a town less than a mile away from here. If you release the virus, they'll all die.
A town with approximately 8,000 experimental hosts.
Are you out of your damn mind? I'm not gonna let you do this.
Cammy. More good casting here. Played by Kylie Minogue. Though she has limited screen time, she turns in one of the film's better performances.
Oh no. No, he doesn't like journalists. I assure you it's an equal opportunity dislike.
Patsy Kensit. You'll remember Patsy from Lethal Weapon 2. Good actress, looks the part.
Good police work, officer.
Well, yeah, I get paid for that sort of thing.
Oh, there's no point shopping for the entire week.
No? Why not?
I never know what I'll be hungry for from one day to the next.
T-Hawk. Terrible casting. This guy's a nothing bomb.
Stop! Stop! You don't have a chance!
What a screw-up. What a woman.
Sonny Landham. You'll remember Sonny Landham from Predator, and he was in Best of the Best 2 playing Philip Ree's brother.
What the hell is wrong with you?
There's something in those trees.
DJ.
That's great news, General. Congratulations.
On the contrary, I mourn.
Okay.
Billy Blanks. Another actor from King of the Kickboxers.
An American could never be champion. You shouldn't have won the fight tonight. And you won't win this one.
Most people probably remember Billy Blanks from those Tybo videos. Zangief.
Sorry, man. Can't play no more.
Dollar! Come back!
This guy is great. One of my favorite characters in the movie. He's played for laughs and has some really good I'm dumb lines.
Quick! Change the channel!
Sven Ole Thorsen. Thorsen's an old buddy of Schwarzenegger and was in a bunch of his movies playing small roles.
We who are about to die, salute you!
Since then, he's been in a lot of movies, mostly doing stunt work or just playing a huge guy.
Well?
I got to score some steroids.
Dalsim. The guy they got was in Temple of Doom. I'm sure he was in other stuff too.
Merely educational software. Why does he find it disturbing?
Because unlike you, he's not psychotic.
Eric Avari.
Oh, here am I sitting in a tin can.
That's right, Anderson.
Far above the world.
Chun-Li. Good casting here too. Ming-Na Wen gives a good performance here. When she saw the film, she was afraid it would ruin her career, as I'm sure a lot of actors were. But she has nothing to be ashamed of as far as her performance goes.
My father saved his village at the cost of his own life. You had him shot as you ran away. A hero at 1,000 paces.
You'll recognize Wen from a lot of TV. She's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She was the voice of Mulan. At the time of filming, she was on ER. Still a relative unknown. Who was a relative unknown? When? At the time of filming. Yeah. So tell me. When? Now. What? Tell me who you're talking about. I did. When? So you did hear me. Anyway, on to my alternate actor, Kelly Hu. Kelly Hu? Right. Kelly Wright? Yeah, Kelly Hu. That's what I'm asking you. You got it. So tell me. Tell you what. The name of the actress. Kelly what? Who? The actress. Kelly Hu. What about her? Anyway, who looks more like Chun-Li? And she has martial arts experience.
All my life, I've been doing everything that was expected of a traditional Patusani girl. And? Well, and who do my parents think they are? Telling me who I'm gonna marry. I mean, I'll decide who I'm gonna marry, not them. That is, if I marry. I mean, that was a really swell kiss and all, but I just didn't want to hurt your feelings about the marriage thing. We can still date, right?
Who became Miss Hawaii around that time? Bison. Clancy Brown. This is one of the bits of recasting that I'm most proud of.
There is one called Connor among them.
Aye.
Remember our agreement, Murdoch. The boy is mine.
You trust your wife?
Oh, that's funny. You're gonna look funnier sucking my dick with no teeth.
What I mean is, do you think she'd go behind your back, try to hamstring you?
That's it. Step aside, Mert. This fucker's having himself an accident.
The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse for up to $60,000.
Bullshit. Tax-free?
Tax-free. IRS can't touch 1 cent.
You're that smart banker what killed his wife, aren't you?
Why should I believe a smart banker like you? So I can end up in here with you?
It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS.
And finally, Guile. Since that's the character the movie chose as the main character, that's the main character I'm sticking with. Bruce Campbell. I think it was around this time that he made Army of Darkness.
I don't want your book. I don't want your bullshit. Just send me back to my own time, pronto, today.
Since the film is at least trying to be a comedy, you may as well cast an actor who can handle comedy.
You know your shoelace is untied. All right. Who wants some?
You say schlocky action comedy, Bruce Campbell's one of the first names that I think of, and I can really picture him playing Guile.
Hail to the king, baby.
Scenes with Campbell and Clancy Brown trading insults with a wink and a nod. Nerdgasm. Well, that's my alternate cast for Street Fighter. Good actors at a good price. Would the film have done worse business with that cast? I don't think so. As I said, I think people went to see that movie because it was a Street Fighter movie, not because of Van Damme, not because of Raul Julia, or what have you. I would have seen the film at the time, no matter who was in it. And they would have had enough money left in the budget to do a full CGI Blanca and cast Al Pacino to do the damn voice.
This is such a crock of shit. Well, gentlemen, when the shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys stay.
Well, that's it for me. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And make sure to hit that notification bell so that you'll be alerted when a new video comes out. Until next time, thanks for watching. That villainous bison ain't sitting right.
Total Recast.